Hello, and today we are going to react to a news that came out of the UFC champion, UFC World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Jones. And Jon Jones is doing the same mistakes that he has done throughout his whole career. And even though we call Jon Jones as the greatest UFC mixed martial artist of all time, he has done these mistakes again and again just to clear his name and just to say that he is not the greatest heavyweight of all time. All these accusations of performance enhancing drugs, all these accusations of someone who has cheated the system is hurting his legacy, and he is doing the same mistakes that makes us think that he is someone who is actually cheating the system. And now we have this news: UFC champion Jon Jones accused of threatening to kill woman collecting his urine for drug test. And we are going to talk about the whole thing that happened, and I will also try to paste the video that he gave it on Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X. He posted there, and he said they were requesting for something that he could not do, so they had to wait, and they disturbed him for having a birthday party. So now I'm going to read the news. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones was arrested Saturday on allegations that he assaulted and threatened to kill a drug testing agent, police in New Mexico. So that's what happened. He was basically partying, and he was afraid basically that he will get busted for cheating, because he thought that when he was high he may have did some kind of drugs, and he thought that he might get another time penalized for that, picograms or something like that in his system. I think he was afraid of that, and that's why he threatened these officers from UFC drug testing. They don't have USADA anymore. What he did is basically, let me just read it. The case was prompted by a complaint from a drug test sample collection worker, Crystal Martinez, interesting name, who said she and a colleague had gone to Jones Albuquerque home at 4 a.m. on March 30 to collect urine sample for a surprise drug test on behalf of their employer. Surprise drug test. So we have something to talk about here. Surprise drug test is that they can test you at any time, because like all these fighters trying to use performance enhancing drugs and somehow get it out of their system. So surprise test is a kind of thing that will help you to detect that if someone is using performance enhancing drugs and they are trying to get it out of their systems, then it's like they can do this, and without showing it in the sample, it can be, if it is for the longer time, it can be at undetectable levels, and the performance will be enhanced in a similar way. And I think Jon Jones maybe was surprised that they were there, but this is the reason why that they have this policy that there should be a surprise test where anyone from the drug testing agency can knock on their door. We have a story where Jon Jones used to hide under the table and hide under the UFC ring and just get away from not letting the drug testers check taking his sample. So this is the thing about Jon Jones, and these are the reason why like some people don't call him greatest of all time, because if we talk about the ring accomplishments, Jon Jones is easily the greatest of all time. There is no doubt about that. And anyone saying that Khabib is the greatest of all time are just delusional in their head. They just don't understand what is martial arts. They don't understand. They haven't watched Prime Jon Jones like me. That's why they say so. I think that. And then the UFC Drug Free Sports International and Jones' manager did not immediately respond to request for comment Saturday evening. Speaking in a statement posted on his Instagram account, Jones said that one of the sample collectors involved in the incident last month behaved unprofessionally. They just wanted to take his sample without letting him know prior, because that's their job, basically, because they were out to get you. that whether you have cheated, whether you have manipulated any type of, like drugs in your body, and you're trying to get it out of your system. So they have to come, like they have to come at any time. And he was like, they were behaving unprofessionally. He admitted being frustrated, but said the encounter ended friendly and amicably. And he posted a video on his Twitter where it's like Jon Jones showing his ass crack going somewhere and just showing that, like, we were just chill, we just shaked hand in the end, like that means something. And I think for Jon Jones to do this, to have this, just imagine, Jon Jones is someone who has history of having drugs in his system. When he fought against Daniel Cormier, that was one of his best wins in the UFC. So just having that history is just crazy, and still you are having problems with these drug testers who are coming to test you, and that's your weakness, and you're doing still the same thing. It's like Jon Jones is willfully trying to become someone who's problematic for the UFC, or trying to create problems for himself even. Get So he posted a video on Twitter. Maybe I will add this, or maybe I will not, because maybe you have. So this is Jon Jones' entire thing on the Instagram. I want to address reports about me allegedly threatening. Sorry, English is my third language, so I speak like this. Allegedly threatening a drug tester's life and taking a phone. I want to clarify, because the female there, Crystal Martinez, she said that Jon Jones took her phone and recorded a video. I don't know how that works. Yeah, you can record video with a locked phone, but I mean, it's crazy. Where we exchanged, huh? I want to clarify that there is a video showing both drug testers leaving my home. That's his CCTV footage that he has. Home after the testing session, where we exchanged a high five and a hug. And it's like this means something. This proves that they had a very friendly encounter. I mean, it's just crazy. The way that this delusional person thinks that, the world works, because they exchange hands, like they these drug testers aren't afraid of Jon fucking Jones. Jon Jones. Do you understand, man? Like, one of the best fighters in the history of mankind, you know, best to ever do it. And they weren't afraid of you, and that's why they exchanged high five. Does they exchanging high five means that they are in good terms with you? That just means they're afraid of you. That's it. I don't know. Although I was frustrated with the unprofessionalism and used profanity out of frustration. He used profanity out of frustration. So he was frustrated why they came in so early, you know? He was frustrated. Maybe you were just frustrated because you had something, you know? You had something in your system that you wanted to get out before they can find. It ended friendly and amicably, nothing threatening at all. They literally alleged that Jon Jones was threatening to kill them. I was actually celebrating a friend's birthday party at my home, and I believe just saying that he was coked up to his, you know, all his breath, like he was doing things in his home. So, because it's a birthday party, so I guess for him it's okay. Birthday party at my home, and I believe it's perfectly normal to celebrate in the comfort of my own home. Yeah, it is. It is comfortable to celebrate in your own home, but you are someone who is employed by the UFC, where they have a policy of testing you at any time that they want. And it's good for the sport, because we know that you had some performance enhancing drugs earlier in your career. I must say, this particular tester behaved quite unprofessionally and even breached a standard protocol. Throughout my 20 years of being subjected to drug test, I have never encountered such an incident with a DCO, drug testing officer, before. Martinez said Jones was unhappy with the collection process and was initially unable to produce urine, prompting her to suggest a blood test according to a police report. So, Jones allegedly threatened to sue the two sample collectors, the report states, citing Martinez, that's the lady, She believed the fighter might have been drunk, she said, according to the report. So she was like, he must have been drunk, that's why he was behaving like this. But I think like there's something else here. I think he was having something in his system that he was afraid that he hadn't get rid of. So he was like, maybe they can bust me up. That's just speculation for me. But just, you are as good as your history suggests that as good as you are. I mean, that's my English, very stupid. But you are only as good as your history suggests. As Okay, let's keep it that short. You are only as good as your history suggests. Okay, so Jon Jones, we expect you to be a drug cheat. UFC expects you to be a drug cheat. That's why they are sending like this. Even though I think Jon Jones should be tested regularly. I think Jon Jones is someone who will always have this doubt in his career, even though he defeats everyone, even though he defeats Tommy Aspinall. I won't be able to, call him the greatest of all time. I have called him greatest of all time in my previous videos, but I won't be right now. The reason why is that Jon Jones is behaving in a way that a drug cheat behaves. And this is not what we want in UFC. He is the Kanye West of the UFC. And that's it for the video. That's what we do in this channel. We talk about martial arts, we talk about football, we talk about other sports if you want to. And I sometimes talk about my life. Shout out to my Patreon. It's for nothing. I don't do anything there. It's just a support system for my channel where I talk about martial arts and football. Maybe I've said that twice. I haven't done anything to speak in front of a camera, and that's not even a camera, that's just my smartphone. So if you like the content, if you like me to increase the production quality of my videos, because I know I can speak well, even though you will say that I don't, but I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it, because I don't have any friends in my real life who watch martial arts, so I just speak in front of my smartphone just to have some people who comment on my channel very rarely, and they talk about, like whether my opinion is right or my opinion is wrong. Frankly, I don't care. So that's it for the video. If you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. I do care that you comment on my channel, so please like, share and subscribe and comment. Thank you. Peace.